Woohoo! Thanks, Lisa. Fantastic. Good evening. Janet and I are thrilled to be with you and honored to be the co-chairs of this year's gala. My first job in the oil industry was with the offshore company in 1975, as Lisa said, as a subsea engineer, living in Singapore and drilling wells in the Bay of Bengal off the coast of Rangoon. My first flight to Singapore, I was flying with another guy, a subsea trainee, also named Mike. And we went to the drill ship, and there was another subsea trainee named Mike. The tool pusher, Charlie Landberry, named us mud hole number 1, mud hole number 2, and mud hole number 3. Yes, I was mud hole number 3. Mud hole number 1, he quit. Mud hole number 2 got run off, so I got the job. 9 years later, in 1984, Janet, my girlfriend, and I started West Engineering Services in Aberdeen, Scotland, without a work permit, and yes, I got caught again. This eventually led us to moving our family and business to Houston. We traveled to Aberdeen with a loon and came back from Aberdeen with 2 loons and 2 quines. Yes, we know Aberdeen Maternity Ward well. Who got that? Anybody? Raise your hand. Woohoo, okay, there's 6. Great. If you didn't live in Scotland, it might not make sense. West began as a training company specializing in blowout prevention equipment and BOP control systems on deep water floating drilling rigs, and our specialty was inspection, testing, and maintenance of equipment. By surrounding myself with brilliant Christians, we grew West from a small company based in Aberdeen to a mid-sized company that worked in 54 countries during the last 2 years prior to the transaction with Lloyd's Register in 2012. Many similarities exist between West and Living Waters, the organization that I choose to serve. Over the past years, I've been a part of Living Waters' H2 Oil Committee, a group of oil and gas men and women who meet quarterly to strategize ways to connect drilling for oil and drilling for life-giving water. In July, a seasoned group of engineers, drillers, and do-gooders were able to share our experience at Living Waters' first water well drilling school in Zambia. The training was a huge success and a great step towards developing best practices for Africa. I was highly impressed by the caliber of the drillers, and I've worked with a lot of roughnecks. Their eagerness to learn and thirst for knowledge, as well as their desire to provide clean water and be a Christian witness to others in their country, was an inspiration. Through this world-class training effort, Living Waters has solidified relationships with the National Resource Development College and the Zambian government. In fact, the Zambian government has asked Living Waters to help develop minimum standards for drilling in their country. Kenya wants some help as well. During my time at Living Waters and at the Zambia Training School, I have seen the challenges Living Waters must face as it continues to grow from a small organization to a mid-sized NGO. The incredible work has already been done today encourages me to see the challenges as opportunities. Our goal is to be the world's best at what we do. With just a small, phenomenal investment, we can positively impact the lives of so many people. Personally, I imagine a drilling school with multiple language for our staff and others. Technology that helps us access clean water safely and efficiently, like an iPad for our drillers. And partnerships with national and multinational entities. These goals by themselves are not a big step for a stepper, but they could lead to life or death for some. We have the opportunity to make Living Waters the best it can be by giving our time, talents, resources, however God leads us, and more importantly tonight, we have the opportunity to give life through water.
And everyone deserves clean, safe water. As I imagine the Lucys of the world, the mothers, daughters, sisters, aunts, nieces, grandmothers, I'm reminded that we're all the same. We all have a right to life from conception to a natural death, which depends on water. Water sustains life, all of life, and is much more than just a health issue. It is an equality and justice issue. Without clean water, there's little room to dream, and the chances of success are greatly diminished. With clean water, a girl has more opportunity to get an education and grow up to be whatever she wants to be. With clean water, there is great hope of an abundant life, the kind of hope we too often take for granted. We must strive to end this inequality. Michael and I have had great success in our careers, and we have been blessed with a beautiful, healthy family. And yet, because of these blessings, I believe it is our job and yours as conduits of God's divine generosity to develop a profound sensitivity to what really affects other people's lives. To empathize deeply and care for the vulnerable is our highest calling. Lucy serves as a representation of women and girls around the world who suffer every day from the effects of unsafe water. And I think we should let their reality really sink into our hearts. And at the same time, rather than see thirsty people as victims of the water crisis, I encourage you to look deeper and see their strength, their dignity, their beauty, and their hope. In the words of Pope Francis, we are called to find Christ in them, to lend our voice to their cause, but also to be their friend, to listen to them, to speak for them, and to embrace the mysterious wisdom which God wishes to share with us through them. May we all walk in solidarity with the Lucys of the world. Thank you.